And so if you have a system setting with absolutely one setting you can change, the language, why would you need to restore factory settings? What is going on here, huh? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. No, wait, I'm not a Folgers spokesperson, and I don't even drink coffee. My wife does. Hey, Deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads. Today, we're going to take a look at yet another Sjgam device. The last one disappointed us, although a few of the other ones really impressed us. So are we going to get disappointment or impression? I don't know. Anyways, remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of our awesome content. Also, happy Thanksgiving to all you Deadheads out there. Want to hope you have a very wonderful and fun-filled family time at this holiday season. Anyways, on to the content. Hey, Mr. Einstein, look what showed up. What is it? What showed up? It is another Sjgam. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to be very good or not. Well, Mr. Einstein, we're going to take a look today and see, because we have been surprised before, but we've also been very disappointed, as with the M21. But here's the M22P, and we're going to take a look and unbox this and see if this thing, which looks like, what does this remind you of, Einstein? I think it looks like the Trimui Smart Pro. Oh, that's it, Einstein. You're right. You're right. All right. As always, let's take a look at the box here, Deadhead. So we have our Sjgam logo here. Video game controller gamepad. 16 million color RGB racing rainbow light ring. M22P. This reminds me of, I don't know, Nickelodeon? Anybody get Nickelodeon vibes from this? Or maybe Splatoon? I don't know, but kind of nice. The box is kind of nice as usual. Over here on this side, we have another picture of the image of it. Video game controller gamepad. Interesting, we're going with gamepad. Here's a dark color, so it looks like we have gray and black. And over here, some more information. Doesn't look like there's any, interesting, there's no specs on this thing. Oh, here we go. 64 gig. Linux emulation, emulation. Oh, and N909 dual core. Guys, I said it with the M21. It's like we're going backwards. The M25 was really good. The one that was like the PlayStation Portal. And the M19, the Cyclops, I liked a lot. What's going on? Why are we going backwards with this CPU? But 5 inches, 1920 by 1080, a 3000 milliamp hour battery. And it can support a 128 gig card. We got the 64 gig card here. So let's get this thing open and see what it looks like. Nothing gets you hyped up about potential e-waste like this cheap plastic, black plastic. But let's get this out of here. And this is just, look at this. Look, thick, tall. I just don't like the way this looks, but we have a manual. Instruction manual, appearance view. So typical manual, 3.5 inch. Okay, it's not, is it 5 inch or 3.5 inch? See, this is what annoys me. Sjgam, if you're gonna actually move up and compete with like Pow Kitty or anything, or Magic X, you gotta do better, dude. Because this is a 5 inch, not a 3.5 inch. So yeah, or maybe this, I don't know, maybe this manual's not meant for that, but it doesn't look like the manual. Well, now it says 5 inch over here. So, you know, some editing errors. They just didn't get it right. Supports HDMI output. I guess that's good. Machine pictures for reference. So they don't trust that. So, not much there. We have, okay, now this is nice. Okay, this is nice. A mini HDMI to HDMI. I think, or is this USB-C? No, this is HDMI. So that's kind of nice that they have that in there. And we have, oh, this is, yeah, oh my God. I've had one of these before. No, it doesn't push in. This is like a PS3 controller. Very, very light, very cheap feeling. They do use batteries, but they're not terrible. I've used these before. They function well enough for it. So, you know, not bad. I mean, it's kind of cool. None of these have come with anything like this before, so props to that. And here's our USB-C, A to C. We got the white. So they also included this, which I thought was a little interesting. These are Wasp fillers, mobile gaming finger sleeve. Don't know why you would need a finger sleeve for this, but you know, hey, look, guys, I mean, if you want to do that. So I don't know if I'll try this. Wear Wasp fillers while gaming. Say goodbye to sweat and slippery. I don't think this thing's gonna get me all hot and bothered to be wet and slippery, but we'll see. All right, so let me get this thing, the actual handheld. Let's take a look at it. Get this box out of the way. Hey Deadheads, thanks for watching the video. Sorry to interrupt, but wanted to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, AliExpress. We've got a huge Black Friday sale coming up, and you can get some awesome products like this, the GameSir Nova Lite. This amazing controller has a case. It comes with its own case for transporting it. It comes in a lot of cool colors, and it's going to be on sale for under $18. So make sure you look in my description for my special codes and hit the link. Also, you can get other amazing products like the R46S that we've reviewed on here. Anyways, stay tuned because the sale is coming soon. Now back to the video. And voila. Okay. There is no doubt that this thing is trying to be like the Trimui Smart. But if you look how it sits flat like this, how it sits, it's very protruded. So it does have, you know, pretty big butt humps. The old man would say, I'll lock them grips. So it's got pretty good grips. Immediate upon holding it, it feels decent. Really quick. I gotta say, really quick so far. Not bad. This is a little surprising to me how this feels. The screen looks nice. It doesn't look like it's protruding anywhere. It looks like there's a cover on it. Let's try these buttons. So let's see how these buttons are. Not bad, okay. Not terrible. Buttons are pretty good. I like the look of them. Actually, you know, I gotta say, I kind of like the buttons. The sticks feel just like the Trimui Smart. So these are just Vita style sticks, no clicky. Let's see how loud this is. And the D-pad has good pivot. Okay, good D-pad. Shake it. A little loud. Okay, so I don't absolutely hate the hardware. I mean, it's got a pretty good shape to it. Let's take a look and compare it. And then of course, let's look at the I/O here. So here's your volume rocker. Here's the HDMI out. It has a single TF card, your on-off switch. Nothing on this side, nothing on this side. On the bottom, you do have your USB-C and your headphone jack. So why can't that be centered? Don't know, but it's not. And yeah, nothing on the back here. So let's get the Trimui Pro out. All right, we're back. This one right here doesn't play games, but we're gonna let him try, and he's gonna start giving us some little bit of idea of what it feels like to hold these handhelds. I mean, he doesn't even know how to use one of these. I'm gonna show him. Show the audience. I don't know. So, I mean, it's going to be our new segment. So let me know what you think in the comments, Deadheads. All right. So here we got the Trimui Smart Pro on the bottom, and we have the M22 Pro. So I don't know if the camera can catch this. I'm going to try to see if I can get it. But the 22 Pro does have that contour shape, so it's not laying flat. The Trimui Smart Pro lays flat. So I gotta say, you know, if they were gonna make it look like this, kind of a good job. And actually the way this feels, Trimui, if you do an updated one, let's do some shape and contour on the back with it. But here you go to show you side by side the length of it. Again, similar sticks. Yeah, they feel very much the same. The buttons are better on the Trimui Smart, although these buttons are not bad. I don't mind these buttons. And the D-pad is, yeah, the Trimui Smart D-pad, I prefer it. So, you know, the other handheld that I would compare this to would be the RG40XXH. So there you go. Here's AYRJGF to show you size comparison between the two to get an idea of that. Again, this sitting very flat. This is protruding and sitting off there. So, all right, well, let's get this thing turned on and see what we see. All right, little afraid of what I'm going to see. Loading. So, oh, guys, look at that. It's not only shaped like the Trimui. This looks like Crossmix or the, and that's not a bad thing. I got to say, I don't hate this. Out of all the ones, I'm almost certain there's going to be no way to change themes. We're probably not going to be able to get into RetroArch based on my prediction. But I got to say, if I'm stuck with something, this isn't too bad. And let me just show you the Smart Pro for reference, running Crossmix. So you can just see right there, again, we're just pretty obviously cloning. So interesting here what the company's doing. Again, slap a 3566 in this thing and it would have been a much better conversation like the M25. I just don't understand this CPU, but must be a reason. Maybe the price can be dropped down, but it looks like we have quite a few. Oh, this is interesting. We have H Homebrew, PC Engine. There is already a little bit of lag just in scrolling here. Let's see, start, setting, the show. Show doesn't seem to be, oh, okay. So show is the brightness, okay. Volume. So no physical volume button. Oh, well, there is there, let's see here. Okay, never mind, there's a physical button. Again, just copying the Trimui Smart Pro Crossmix. And restore factory settings when you can't change settings. What? There's nothing to change here, so why would you restore the factory setting? I guess you could change the language here. It does have a lot of languages, so I'll give it that. But yeah, so weird. History. There's a history here, so someone must have tested the unit out in a favorite. So we got a menu here. There's a search function, okay. Favorite, remove all, and search. So that's about it. Yeah, there's just literally, it does have, I don't know if you can see here, a one player icon. So that's pretty interesting. It is interesting you can do the 2-player. Also, hooking this up through HD to the portable monitor like I showed you guys on the Retroid Pocket 5. That's another alternative here. Somebody might want a cheap way to have a 2-player controller. I know at least one of you deadheads that might be into this. And, you know, I'm getting very mixed emotions here because, again, I'm going to play through it, but the CPU is probably just going to be, just make this thing where it could have been so much better. The fit and finish is really nice. It's not cheap. It has a nice look to it. The seams are nice. I don't see any breakage in the seams. It seems to be put together well. The mold is nice. So again, let's just try some games here and see And let's just go for it. Let's go right into PSX and let's see what we're getting here with the PlayStation. So it looks like there's some scraping having been done. No idea if you can add your own ROMs here. We'll try some Crash Bandicoot. Stretched out ugliness. So again, a 4.3 system, stretched out, no patches, no. And one of the things about Trimui and Crossmix is you had bezels. There is no menu button on this thing, so okay, so you can go, we've seen this before, you can save and load, and that's it. So again, my excitement for this is really hampered completely by the fact that this just has a crap CPU and software installed in it. You know, 4 years ago in 2020, this would have been acceptable and really good, but there's just too many good things. An R36S is just going to be much better. Not to mention that this thing, you know, if it's going to be like the Trimui Smart Pro, throw a 3566 in it, give it Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So it's playing Crash, it's playing okay. It's probably going to play most of what's loaded on here okay. Yeah, let's see if the sticks are... So the sticks are probably hardwired to digital. I doubt this is analog. I don't even see how you can change the colors. I don't know if you can even turn off the colors. You press both together to get to that. Exit the game. Yeah, everything you can. I mean, look at the thumbnails, guys. Like just stretched out. I mean, at least give them credit for trying. I think this thing is running between $40 and $50, and it's just not. It's very hard to recommend something like this. Let's see what they did with something like the Game Boy. They got some homebrew on here at least. So 3D Spy Boy. So you might at least find some interesting games on here. Invincible version of Castlevania. Let's see what this is. And 3.2. Is it stretched to full screen? Or are we going to have some borders? We're stretched. Looks like at least it's the English ROM. So that's kind of good to know, guys. Oh no, it's not. I spoke too soon. So you might have to try to load your own ROMs. And hey, we have a vibrant community of Sjgam fans they turned the M17 into a very decent device, and they continue to work on other ones. So this could end up getting some kind of support. I don't know if the M21, which this is basically the M21, it's the same CPU. In fact, maybe getting this overlay, this front end on the M21 would improve it. So I've seen pretty much enough, guys. So let's just wrap this video up and talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. All right, guys, so let's talk about what I like. There are some things I like, by the way. I like that we have this included controller. So you can see here that we can control it like this. We could have it hooked in through HDMI. I just have it sitting here on the stand. But I do like that that's available for it. That does give it a little bit of a difference, especially for somebody, a kid, maybe in their room that has a little TV and you want to give this to like a 7-year-old. This could be kind of a decent thing for them. It's not overly expensive. It's got an on-off switch. They don't have to figure out how to turn it on. And it's got, you know, a decent looking front end. So I like the front end. I do think it looks good. I don't like that you can't adjust it or do anything to that. But if you're stuck with the front end, I gotta say this is one of the ones I would be okay being stuck with. So I do like that. I like the fit and finish of it, the weight, the distribution. I like the curves on the back. I like how it holds and handles. So there is some things I do like about this. Now let's talk about the things I don't like. I don't like the CPU that was used. I think that that's just a huge loss there, because there should have and could have been a 3566. They've used it in other handhelds. I don't really understand why they would not, and as I play this cheating game of Mario, I don't understand why they would go backwards. I would rather see them sell this for $15, $20 more and make it actually decent than this N909. If you hear this, if you ever see this Sjgam, enough with this CPU. Unless you can get it out under 20 bucks, stop with the CPU. Just stop. I don't like, of course, the price that they're going for this. I've seen it for as much as $55. That's just not gonna do. That's not gonna happen. It's just not worth it at that level or price at all. It's just not something that I think anybody should spend on it. I didn't even know that was possible as I run past the end here. And again, if you're going to copy somebody, try to make it a little better. There's nothing here that is anywhere near as good as the Trimui Smart Pro. If you have $55, get the Smart Pro. Even though you really can't do something like this and have a controller that's just native, because I didn't have to put a dongle, I didn't have to sync it, I just put batteries in it and it immediately works. So I'll give them credit for that as well. But anyways, guys, you know, if you're curious, you want to try this out, or you end up getting one of these, let me know. Again, the best use case I can imagine for this would be a 6, 7, 8-year-old, you know, that has maybe a couple siblings and can do 2-player games using this controller and this one through the HDMI out. It does come with HDMI cable. That's another thing I like, so that's another bonus point. But other than that, for most of you guys that watch this channel, you know, just nothing here. This is already called the Pro, but guys, if you come out with the Max and you put, I don't know, a 3566, even a 3326 in this, and you let it be truly open source, I'll give it a look. It might be better. Anyways, guys, happy Thanksgiving to you. Remember to love your hugged ones and hug your loved ones, because tomorrow's never promised. But we'll see you next time, Deadheads. Dead Fred out.